Hello, fellow Aquarians. I mean, traveler Aquarians, because I'm a Virgo, whatever. I've been doing so many videos, I don't know what's going on. This is Tara here at Hidden Lotus Tarot, and today is the 25th of November, 2015. I am coming to you today with the December 2015 monthly. A few announcements. I don't know really if after I post the December videos, if I'm going to be able to come back and post anything else during the month of December. I won't know that until after I go visit with my doctor on the 9th. So we'll just see how that plays out. We do know that today is a full moon, and I've already posted a couple of full moon videos. So what I would like to say is that if I'm not able to come back in the month of December, rest assured that come January, I will be putting out the monthlies. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll play it by ear. I have already pre-shuffled the cards. Today I have the Gilded Tarot. I've had to give my Rider-Waite a break. This month of November was almost more readings than I could shake a stick at. Not complaining, but I think my cards, the Rider-Waite, went on strike. They don't want to talk to me anymore right now. They're just tired, had a nervous breakdown, so I put them away. These cards have similar messages, actually the same messages, so to speak, just different symbolism in them. I do have the Sabilas with me to see if we can flesh out a few issues, if I see anything that crops up. And I have these Heart Oracle cards. So let's see what December 2015 holds in store for the Aquarian people. Now, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, go back and watch your sun, moon, or rising sign. I'm going to be posting these as I can get them up. Let's just see. I'm feeling a bunch of weird energies, and basically all of the readings that I've done for people this month have not really given any definitive answers to some of the questions that people have been asking, and I just think this is a strange time, these next few days moving into December. Let's see what we can see for the month of December 2015 for the Aquarian people. 9 cards down. Well, I just got this funny looking card, and I think, there's a lot of relationship issues going on that have been going on, and I think it goes back to those what do you call them, the eclipses. Okay, I have the 9 of Pentacles as the overall energy. This is a strange reading. I would expect to see a card that represents the Aquarian people, an air sign, in the center of the reading. But instead I have this Death card. I just had the Death show up in the center of the reading for the Capricorns, I believe. But I could say that, yes, this is an air sign reading because I do have the Swords cards. And again, we're coming into the sign of Sagittarius, okay, fire sign. And today is the full moon. We do have some huge planetary movements coming up in the next 4 to 5 days. Direct stations, planets going direct, planets going stationary direct, conjunctions, squares, oppositions, things of that nature. And I think this is what I'm picking up on the cards, because really almost every reading I've done for the past week or so have been some very different readings. Strange. I can say that whatever is going on for you, some of you Aquarians, this is a real change. When you see the Death card, it's quite frightening. But basically what it is that it's the end of something and the beginning of something else. It's a transitionary period. Okay, so perhaps you are going through a transition. And this can be in any area of your life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, in any area of your life. But there is a change. This, to me, card speaks to the chrysalis. You have been wrapped in a cocoon from your previous experiences, and now you're about to embark on a rebirth. Okay. Now, what I can see is that thus far, everything has been okay. Um, things have been, this is about wholeness, completion, integration, synthesis, things being quote unquote perfect the way they are. But obviously, something has come in to made you either step away or step back, walking away from something. Now, I have one, two, three, four court cards, actually three court cards. And the strange thing is, and I keep picking this up pretty much for every sign, that in the relationship department, a lot of people are dealing with triangle situations. And this theme is continuing. And quite frankly, I'm getting kind of tired of it. But if that's the case, somebody has walked away. Now, this indeed could be dealing with an earth sign. Indeed, I think it's an earth sign person that may have come into the picture. Either you're dealing with an earth sign person that maybe has a third person in the picture, or you are with someone and there's an earth sign person trying to come in. This is the King of Pentacles. And in his positive aspects, this King of Pentacles is a very balanced person, business owner, can handle money very well. He's a great dad, someone who gives very good practical advice, who kind of knows how to get things done. Okay, and this guy's sitting, you know, he's got his legs crossed. He's looking over his left shoulder into the future, so to speak. Now, let me give you the lines. I have the World, the Five of Swords, the King of Pentacles. I have the Page of Pentacles, the Death, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Page of Swords, and then the Seven of Swords. This Page of Pentacles, this is a gift. Perhaps this was a financial gift or the start of a new endeavor or project. But it appears as though it has come to a screeching halt, that it is dead in the water. And at this point, you don't know what to do. You have other options. There's other things perhaps you could be working on, but it, for all intents and purposes, with the Death card coming out in the center, to me, this says it was something very, very important, that it just came to a complete stop. So now you're kind of confused and you're left wondering what it is you should do, what the right thing is to do, and are any of these other options that are available to you viable? You still have some stability. It's not as though all is lost with this change or this ending that has come in. There is still something, quote unquote, salvageable. And with this page, he's about communications. And perhaps that stability will be coming, is affecting the communication of some sorts. But it's as if these cards are saying with the Seven of Swords that you don't trust the messages coming in. Okay. Now this card can, the literal meaning in this deck of this card is a home move. Now I don't get that. You see how the guy's looking all sneaky and shady, and he's walking off with the swords. He's looking over his shoulder. I mean, he's a cunning person because he's doing it in broad daylight. Yes, but you know, yet and still, it looks as though he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. Okay, that's the implication. So, this line down here, it's as if everything was right, your project was going good, okay, and it was built on a stable foundation. Now, if this has to do with a relationship, this is where you're coming from in the past. This column speaks to the past. But something occurred. Maybe it was a third person. even if this is in a business deal, maybe a competitor came in and like surprised you, brought this whole thing to an end, and now there's some communications. You're on guard. You're waiting to hear something. Okay. Um, it's kind of hard to read because the energies are kind of all over the place. Now, what I find to be most interesting is that this King of Pentacles, and it's sort of like this King of Pentacles in one respect. This could be the person, and whether it's an actual earth sign or it is the Aquarian, who has these qualities of this King of Pentacles, a business owner, you got your crap together. You're confused about something, and this confusion is either making you behave in a manner that seems suspect, or that whatever is occurring that's causing this confusion is suspect. This diagonal here of the World card, the Death, and the Seven of Swords, it's like whatever was, it was great, it was good, there's an ending, but there's still something shady about it that you can't quite put your finger on. We have a walking away here. 3 people in a conflict. The third person who remains neutral within it is the winner. They walk away with the spoils, with the victory. That's why you got this gift coming out. This could be monetary, it could be spiritual, it could be romantic. There is some communication about this. Maybe you've been alerted to something. Maybe you found out something. Now, this guy could also speak to being a spy. He could be, stalking and doing some research. And what he's found out, or what is coming to light, is leaving some confusion about what to do next. I don't even know how to feel. I don't know what's going on. But the odd thing is that no matter what these energies are, we end up with someone who, after all their hard work, after all the things that they've sacrificed, all the things that they've done, they're still in a pretty good place. Okay? Now, I really don't know what this means, and I'm getting to the point now where the cards are really starting not to make any sense to me whatsoever. I can read the messages in the cards, but in terms of being able to follow the storyline, I don't know, because as you can see, there's a lot of different understories, and the cards are not really being quite clear on what's happening. We do have 2 cards, 2 major arcana cards. One speaks to everything being okay, and then a change. I mean, a drastic, huge, humongous change that is predicated on either someone interfering, or either in a romantic relationship, or perhaps someone interfering in a business project or business deal. It could even have to do with the home. Maybe you were trying to buy a home or build a home, and all of a sudden you found out that the builder that you're dealing with, that sucker's been stealing money and it's substandard work. You're out of all of this money and you don't see an option on how to recoup. And it's devastated you in some respect. But this card to me says that in the end, it's going to, you're going to take a hit. It's not a 10 of Pentacles, it's a 9. So there's something you're going to lose, but you're still going to be okay. Once you get over feeling confused and betrayed, someone being sneaky and underhanded, causing confusion, maybe someone took advantage of your good nature and literally stole something from you. That could be, what it's speaking to. I mean, the scenarios are endless, right? What I want to do really is I want to look at that Seven of Swords and see. Now, as I said, you know, there's been this theme of three people in a relationship that has been coming out since, I want to say, October, maybe September, August, maybe. Um, and we know that the eclipses that have been occurring along the axis Libra, the Libra Aries axis, which has to do all about relationships. But these are relationships across the board. What are you going to put up with? What are you not going to put up with? Being the Libra, being fair and balanced, and giving people the opportunity to have somebody come in really quick and snatch something out from under you. I don't know. Okay, now, whatever this Seven of Swords is, however it's playing out for some of you Aquarians in your life, the letter, the sacerdote, and the vedovo. This is the man alone, or the widow, or someone chained and bound to their past. This is communications. The sacerdote is a priest. He is a man of faith, but he can also hide things, kind of a duality. And on this card, it kind of says to me that you kind of had a hint about this, that you went ahead and put your faith in something or someone, and now you know that that was the wrong thing to do. And you're very sad about it, which is understandable. It's a breach of trust in whatever area this is in. This speaks to a deep, deep breach of trust. I want to see what the Five of Swords is all about. Yes, makes sense. Okay. Three people in a situation. One person remains rather neutral, as if they just step out of the picture and let the other two people go ahead and do what they want to do. But it turns out to be that in this walking away and stepping back out of the picture, you are the victor in this, because what we're talking about is hope, precious presents or gifts, and then there's some deceit. So, in other words, let me make sure I get this right now. Say that there were three people in the situation. You had hopes of maybe their situation falling apart. Perhaps they were false hopes, and this is a gift to you. Or the hopes that you placed in this gift, in these gifts that this person had for you, or how you wanted the situation to turn out. There was something hidden about it. Maybe you picked up on it, because cats too can speak to intuition. Maybe that's why we have this communications. It's not the communications of the High Priestess, of the Moon card. It's not that type. It's, even though to me that looks like the moon in the back. So maybe you were going along and suddenly your spidey senses started kicking up. And this is why you were like, hold up now, wait a minute. And you remained fair and balanced and trying to get to the root or understanding what was happening. But there were just some things hidden from you that you weren't able to see, that you weren't able to come to light. If they haven't come to light for you now, they perhaps will be coming to light for you. But that perhaps in stepping away, you really were the victor in this. Let's see what the Death card. Oh, wow. Okay. All negative, in a sense. The Amalato, illness. Bambino, the start of something new. There was something not right. This is as if with this, definitely, because this is the start of something new, a new project, a new whatever it is you were working on. But the truth of the matter was that there was something wrong with it to begin with, this new project. And it ended up either causing jealousy or extreme worry and anxiety, and it wasn't able to stand the test. So that's why it ended. Wow, I wasn't expecting to get that message. Let's see what the Seven of Cups has to say. Now, in one respect, this is a relationship issue because the three cards I have out are the Loyalty, the Viaggio, and the Donna Maritata, coming in line with the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. This is a return to loyalty, someone that you've known for a long time. To me, this is speaking to perhaps forgiveness in some aspect. Even if the situation didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, even if you're very hurt, you're very broken up, the cards are suggesting that you find a return, to find a loyalty and a fidelity in nurturing, being forgiven. Return to that, because this is how you're going to end up being in this. Even though right now you don't know how to do that, you don't know what to do about it. This card also speaks to visualization, fantasizing, daydreaming. Maybe it is also saying that you can't, maybe this person wants to return to that. You don't know what to do about it. Maybe it's dead. Maybe they really were, what they did was unforgivable. But I would caution you that no thing is unforgivable, really. It's simply being able to find the strength within yourself to forgive, because when you do that, you can release yourself. That's how you're going to get here. I want to see what, see, look, Whew, sweating bullets there. I was like, oh, I don't want to leave on this message for Thanksgiving and Christmas. On the Nine of Pentacles, someone who perseveres, who works hard, who tames their animal desires, who doesn't let pride and hubris and pettiness and grudges prevent them from actually attaining what it is that they want. Allegrezza al cuore, happiness of the heart. The militare, someone who's working on it or moving towards an intimacy, an intimacy. And maybe it's not with someone else, although it could be. Maybe it is the return of being of yourself, of being back in the space where you can be yourself, so that you can engage in intimacy. I want to take, the cards are somewhat ambiguous in some respects. They are giving messages. Maybe the messages, to me, the messages are not very clear. So I hope that those of you who are watching this video, that it makes sense to you, because it's not making a lot of sense to me. I can only see what I see, read what I see, but it's not making any sense to me. Now look at here. Maybe this message is for me. I don't know. Even though I don't have any Aquarian in my sign. I have the card of refusing to see. This is the Two of Swords. Now, I would say that this Two of Swords is related to this Page of Swords, and he is backing up this Seven of Swords. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this is fitting in, and I'm going to try to wrap this up in a way that makes some kind of sense. I would say that it has to really, even though they're two different suits, it is this card that I think that the Heart Oracle is trying to bring attention to. This not knowing what to do. You are refusing to see what it is that you need to do. The cards aren't giving me any indication on what it is you need to be looking for, what direction you need to go in, how you're supposed to move through this. The only thing that it is telling me is that even though this is in play, there's this. And so maybe, let me pull another card, because that's just, I don't understand how this card is playing in. I'm just going to pull one card. Ah, okay, well, the Star. It's cloudy now because we know that Neptune went direct. And maybe the Star speaks to intuition. It speaks to astrology. It speaks to peace. It speaks to stillness. And maybe it's not time for you to see. Maybe you're going to have to wait on the universe. You see, there's a clock device on that star. And maybe in refusing to see right now, there's some lessons or something that you still need to learn. I really don't know how to explain this to you. That's such an odd card to come out. Maybe we just have to wait on the will of heaven. I wish I had something that's such a strange reading. I'm kind of discombobulated by it, to have this card come out when you have such a lovely two cards over here. I wish I had something else I could tell you, but I can't. So I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you again during the month of December before the holidays, I would like to wish you a happy holidays and a safe new year. I will, try to come back in December. If not, then I will see you in the new year. And until then, thanks for visiting with me, and namaste.